Boy, oh boy, I cannot wait for the hate that I'm going to get on this video. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And as always, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. We are in the Royal Whips WRX that we're giving away. For every $5 that you spend on my website, I'm going to link that down below. You get a single entry to win this car. But with that being said, today's video is going to be 5 things that I hate about the WRX. This isn't meant to be taken seriously. I'm sure people are going to get offended because it's 2024 and that's what people do for fun. But without further ado, here we go. Number 1 on the list is, that was a cop. I hope I'm not getting pulled over. I mean, I would pull me over. I'm driving a Subaru. Number 1 on the list, guys, is the motor. Basically, it's because it's missing 4 cylinders. It's a commonly known fact that if you want power, you want speed, you want to have fun, you need an American V8. So this is essentially just an LS swap away from being a tolerable car. But unfortunately, Subaru really lives by the motto that less is more. And they gave us a flat 4-cylinder that honestly sounds like a lawnmower having a midlife crisis. I mean, this thing is truly, truly bad. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, this thing kind of reminds me of my ex-girlfriend. It's loud, it's annoying, it's unreliable, it requires entirely way too much maintenance. I mean, I could just keep going on, but basically this thing really sucks. Number 2 on the list are you guys. This is Subaru WRX and STI owners. You're going to be behind one of these cars eventually. It's inevitable. Like, there's a bunch of unintelligent people that drive these cars. For whatever reason, I personally don't get the appeal, but to each their own, I guess. But no matter what, when you're behind one in traffic, you're going to see a bunch of white smoke coming from outside the vehicle. Now, unfortunately, you don't know if this is because the person in the driver's seat is vaping or if it's just a blown head gasket. And I know what you're saying. You're like, oh, Chris, that's just a bad stereotype. Like, cool joke, bro. That's funny. But unfortunately, I can't even talk about the other stereotype because if I do, there's going to be a bunch of alphabet people protesting my channel, telling me how offended they are and what a terrible person I am. So we're just going to leave that one alone. Number 3 on the list, guys, is the lack of power. Believe it or not, we just hit 20 miles an hour. That was pathetic. These cars honestly remind me of like going to the gym and you hear like a gym bro out here like grunting and being all loud. It's kind of like the turbo in this car. It's really loud. It sounds super fierce and you think it's just gonna like come at you full speed and you're really gonna be impressed. But really, it's just like the gym bro that's over here lifting weights, and as soon as you turn the corner, he's struggling with 5-pound dumbbells. It's just an underwhelming experience driving this car. You know, another thing I was thinking is Mitsubishi has the Evo, which is a direct competitor of the WRX or the STI. But they did it so much better. Like, that car was fun to drive, it was comfortable, the interior was way nicer, it was faster. It basically did everything that this intended to do, but it actually, like, did the job. I mean, think about this. Let's put this in perspective. Mitsubishi literally got tired of dunking on Subaru that they quite literally had to quit making the Evo just so Subaru could keep up. Now, unfortunately, Subaru still can't keep up when the car's been discontinued. Number 4 on the list, guys, is this thing is an absolute mechanical nightmare. It is impossible to work on. So you're going to be really good friends with a mechanic if for some reason you decide to keep this car and not listen to everything that I've been saying in this video thus far. These genius engineers that didn't put a V8 in this car, who gave us this really crappy flat 4-cylinder, they put the spark plugs right next to the frame rails. I mean, these spark plugs are harder to get to than financial freedom. It's absolutely nuts. And if for some reason you guys keep this car and don't listen to my advice and get rid of this piece of junk as soon as you can, at least you're going to make really good friends with a mechanic, who are typically really good people. And let's be real, they make better company than most of the WRX or STI owners anyway. Number 5 on the list, guys, is this junk transmission. I mean, we already talked about doing an LS swap and make the motor more great, but like, let's not stop there. Let's put a T56 in this thing too, because the stock transmission breaks at just the thought of making any sort of power. Or honestly, better yet, we should just skip the swaps, go to your local vape shop, find a 20-year-old kid who looks like he punches drywall, convince him to buy this car, and buy yourself a Corvette and be the man that you were always meant to be. Alrighty, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Be sure to give this one a big thumbs up. Share it with any Subaru owner that you know, WRX owner that you know. Again, this wasn't meant to be taken too seriously. I hope you guys did like the video. We're just having a lot of fun. I promise you, we do not actually hate the car. We are actually giving it away. You can get your entries at www.royalwhips.com. For every $5 that you spend, you get a single entry to win this car. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Like I said earlier, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is exhausting to talk this much. I don't like talking this much, Chris, at all. I really don't. I don't have that many interesting things. I don't really have that many interesting things to say, like, ever. So, like, I don't know. Buy a fucking shirt. Buy the shirt. Buy the shirt. Subaru too. I don't know. God,